Greetings, folks. I am Dan Mack from the Shred Shack, and I am here with Andrea Ferro from Lacuna Coil.
Hello, hello.
Yes. So first things first, how does it feel to be back playing live shows and whatnot after the pandemic?
It's amazing, especially the very first tour we've done in America in April, May with Apocalyptica. It really felt surreal for a while just to be here, to be there on tour, to walk around without a mask. It felt so great. People were so excited. They had that extra energy of enjoying the show. They bought crazy amount of merchandise. We had to restock after 2 dates of the tour. It was unbelievable. There was so much excitement, so much will, desire to see a show, to participate, to stay together, to sing along, and it was really, really amazing. And finally, we're now, it seems to be back to kind of normal, and it's just great that more shows are coming, festivals are opening up, and every place is now. We're gonna go next one. We're gonna go in Australia and Japan and Southeast Asia. So finally, all the world seems to be opening up.
Yeah, so I know that the U.S. kind of opened up a little bit earlier, and that was like your first chance to kind of get at it. So, and
yes, exactly.
I saw you guys earlier this year on the tour with Apocalyptica, and of course, fantastic performances all around. So of course, thank you for bringing back your presence to the stage. So the band just recently released Comalies 20, which the original album being one of your biggest successes. Was there a particular intention behind going back and redoing this album? Was it that certain songs didn't sit well with you? What was the idea?
No, basically, we knew that the 20th anniversary was coming, and so we were talking with the label. And in the beginning, the first idea was to do a remaster of the original record. But then, when you remaster, mostly you just compress the files and make it sound louder. That's all you do. So it's nothing exciting, let's say. And so we decided, why don't we try and to bring the Comalies into 20 years later in 2022 with the current lineup, with the current something closer to the current sound of the band, and we see what's coming. So we just took the chance to decide to just took some chances. We knew that we could be a risky operation because some fans are, when you touch such holy records, it's hard to digest sometimes, But in the end, we thought we did a good job, and for us, this is a tribute to the original. It's not to erase or to change the original. A matter of fact, the physical product, the vinyl or the CD include also the original version of the album and the original artwork. So it's been more important for us to celebrate the 20th anniversary and try something else. In this way, we also have a chance to play more of the Comalies songs in the current set, and they still sound pretty tight with the rest of the material.
All right. Now, one of the things I actually noticed from listening to the original version of it and then the new version of it side by side, first off, that a lot of harsh vocals were added to the newer version, which early on in Lacuna Coil there were really very many usages of harsh vocals, if any. So I think it's a great demonstration of how you've evolved as a vocalist. Is there anything that you've done in particular to train your voice over the years?
Not particularly for growl vocals. I used to do growl vocals when we did our demo in '96. So it's something I brought back. Obviously, now I'm more aware as a singer in general, so I can do it better, even the growl. But it was just something that came with the music, especially because for a couple of records ago, we changed the lineup a little bit. And so we decided also to try something a little heavier on the musical side, because it was coming from the creativity was kind of bringing it towards that direction, and so we just decided to go for it and see if people was gonna dig it or it was too much. But in the end of the day, the fact that we've been honest and we tried, people really enjoyed it and responds really well to this. So we decided, why don't we do it more often, and if it fits, obviously. So we just follow what the music was kind of directing us to.
Okay. Now, we've always been interested to know how you and Christina share vocal duties as far as writing new songs. Is it a matter of who brings in the ideas, or was there some sort of other dynamic to how it's written?
No, mostly is the best idea for the song. When we songwrite, normally Marco, the bass player, which is the main songwriter, just gave us the demos with just the music. And then me and Christina, we work separately. Everybody puts his own ideas. And then we meet, the three of us, we meet and we listen. And then we start to erase parts, throw away what we don't like, just keep what we like, even if it's just one part. And then we see who can sing it better. You know, if you can fits better with a rhythmical, heavy voice, I would do it. If it fits better with a more epic, bombastic kind of voice, is Christina's gonna do it. So it's very democratic, very open, and we throw away a lot of ideas. Sometimes even Marco come up with his own idea for vocals because he wrote the music, so he already has some parts that he likes.
Mm-hmm.
So we really don't care who writes the part. We mostly focus what's the best part for the song, you know, and that's how it works. You know, we throw away really a lot of material. Sometimes from one song we end up having three different songs because we just use one part and make it a chorus or make it a verse for another song. So it's very, very open. It's really democratic, but also free.
Okay. Since we're on the topic of how you guys write new material, is there an intended timeline for the follow up to Black Anima?
Yeah, our idea is to finish this tour now in November. We come home around Christmas time, take a little break for Christmas, and then start working on new material in, let's say, January, February, start working on new stuff.
Okay. Um, Now, you mentioned earlier that you mentioned just now that you're finishing up the tour in November. You have a handful of festival shows to kind of cap off the year. Can we expect a full-fledged tour next year?
That will depend also on where we are with your new record eventually, and but definitely we will do some festivals, both in Europe and in the States. But I'm not able now to say if we're gonna do a full tour. That will depend on where we are with the record and what kind of offer eventually comes. And but I'm not excluding it, but most probably not, and not the next year. I think not a full tour at least.
Okay. So probably year after, just waiting for
Yeah, once we have enough material to play, you know, new
okay.
material.
So you want to take your time writing the new album. So okay.
Yeah, it normally takes about a year between the writing, arranging, and then going to the studio. It's more or less the process takes 1 year from beginning to end, you know, 1 month to have the final product.
Gotcha. Okay. Just out of curiosity, was there ever a point where the band was considering kind of further celebrating the anniversary of Comalies by playing it like in its entirety live?
Yeah, we actually did. We did it more or less a month ago here in Milan, in our hometown, and we called the show Coma Live, and we played the old songs, all the new versions of the songs for the entire album, plus other classic songs from Lacuna Coil, and we really actually we got a lot of people coming over from all over the place, and it was fun. It was a fun show and a fun way to celebrate the legacy of the record and the legacy between the people and the band. It was a lot of fun.
Okay. Any chance that'll be released as like a live album?
No, we haven't recorded, and because we just came out with the live record a couple of years ago during the pandemic, one of the streaming show we've done, and so we didn't feel it was the time to put another live record out right now.
Okay. So that's my last primary question. Now I'm going to get to what we call the fun part. It's what we call the lightning round. It's what we call the lightning round. I'm just going to ask you a series of little questions to just answer as fast as you can, and we'll go with that. So, boxers or briefs?
What? Sorry.
Boxers or briefs?
What is it? Sorry, I didn't get it.
They're forms of underwear. Boxers or briefs?
Oh, boxers. Okay, sorry. I didn't
Yeah,
catch it.
sorry.
Boxers.
Okay. Chicken or steak?
Chicken.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
Elvis Presley or the Beatles?
Elvis Presley.
In Black Sabbath, do you prefer Dio singing or Ozzy?
Ozzy.
Okay. In Van Halen, do you prefer David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar?
And David Lee.
Okay. Who would win in an arm wrestling match, Lemmy or God?
Lemmy is gone, so.
Yeah, you got it. That's absolutely right. Sum up Metallica's last 25 years in 3 words or less.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Sum up Metallica's last 25 years in 3 words or less.
Could been better.
Okay. And last question. If Lacuna Coil were stranded on a desert island, which member gets eaten first?
It's gonna be either me or Diego, the guitar player, because the other guys, two guys, like Marco and Richard, the drummer and the bass player, they eat like crazy. Like they are two big guys, and they eat like crazy. And Christina, she's always hungry as well. So it's gonna be me or Diego, the guitar player, for sure. We're the skinny guy.
Okay. Okay.